What's up, Stitches? My name is Michael and welcome to or back to my YouTube channel. As always, we have Suspicious. He's just chilling in the back though because we kind of moved our scenery around, so we're not entirely sure where he should sit or where he can sit. But anyway, I'm just going to get into this video. It's going to be a short one because I'm just doing a continuation of last week's video this week. If you haven't seen last week's video, I would suggest you go check that out because then this week's video will make a lot more sense to you. So if you want to see more technique videos, then like and subscribe. And this one I'm showing you how to cable knit without a cable needle. So I know that this is my preferred method. I don't know about anyone else, but I find it all a bit fiddly having to do with the extra needle. So I do it mostly without it, and that's how I'm going to be doing it in the folklore cardigan videos. Just thought I'd show you guys a little sneak peek to keep you interested. I have started and I'm getting close to completing the back piece, so here's a little sneaky sneak peek for you guys. Check out my Patreon where I give exclusive updates, and you know, my Chonky scarf is out now, so you'll get discounts if you're a patron. So that's patreon.com/MichaelGoesKnitting. But yeah, enough rambling. Let's get into the video. I hope you enjoy. To start, I'll show you cable 6 front. So here we are at row 5. If you haven't seen last week's video, go click up to go see that so you know what we mean by row 5. If you have watched last week's video, then you'll know that this is the row where we start cabling. So what you want to start doing is you want to knit the first 2 stitches on the needle, which are the selvage stitches. Now, as we are doing cable 6 front, you want the next 3 stitches to be at the front of the work. So what you're going to do is you're going to stick the needle behind those 3 stitches, you're going to count 3 along, and then you're going to stick the tip of the needle into the 3 stitches afterwards, so it would be stitch 4, 5 and 6. With stitches 4, 5 and 6 on the tip of the needle, you want to slide that down so stitches 1, 2 and 3 come off the needle as well, and then you want to put them back onto your left hand needle. Then you want to slip the 3 stitches on the right hand needle over to the left hand needle and knit them as normal, and you want to knit the rest of the stitches on the needle. And that's how you get the cable without a cable needle. It is a bit tricky and a bit fiddly, but if you're careful and you don't jolt or you don't pull anything too tightly, then it can work. It's just making sure you have a consistent tension is when it works best. So if you don't, this may not be the right method for you. As you can see, it looks exactly as it does when you do use a cable needle. Now onto cable 6 back. So as you've done before, you want to knit the first 2 selvage stitches on the needle, and now because we want these first 3 stitches to be at the back, you want to put your right hand needle in front of those 3 stitches and then pick up the 3 stitches after, so stitch 4, 5 and 6 on the needle. I like to pull the stitches down a little bit. It's quite tricky sometimes to do this if you have needles that have shorter needle tips, but you want to do the same thing again, sliding all the stitches off bar the last 2 selvage stitches and slipping the loose stitches onto the left hand needle. What's important here is to make sure that you don't twist the stitches and you don't jolt suddenly so that the stitches fall out. So you do have to kind of hold your breath, and then you are ready to knit the rest of the stitches on the needle. So it just looks like a normal cable 6 back. This does look a little bit weird because I put a cable 6 back on top of a cable 6 front. Ignore that, but it just looks like a normal ordinary cable 6 back. And there we have it. So simple and easy, how to cable without a cable needle. I would say that it is easier to do if you have needles that have longer tips, so the tips are quite long, so it generally works better for smaller needles. They tend to have the longer tip bits. Whatever works for you guys really, this is just how I'm going to be doing it. As I said earlier, if you want to see more of the folklore cardigan, then subscribe and like this video. And if you want more from me, then the best place to get in contact with me is my Patreon. So that's patreon.com/MichaelGoesKnitting. Starts off at £2 with thank yous, at the end of each of my videos. There's loads of different benefits that you get. As a patron, you'll get access to my patron only Discord, so you guys can talk to me whenever you want because I get the notifications to my phone, so you won't miss me. Big thank you to my patrons Georgia and Gillian. Thank you so much for your support, I appreciate it massively. And yeah, go check out the Chonky scarf. That is available for you to buy now, which is insane. It's my first ever knitting pattern, so I'm freaking out. But yeah, that's everything from me this week. Next week I'll be giving you a little treat, a little break in the technique videos, because I know they can be a little bit boring if you haven't got the folklore cardigan to work on or a different project to work on. So I'll give you something a bit more entertaining next week. So like, subscribe, and I will see you then. Stay wholesome and happy knitting.